For certain, there is a certain literature that does exist with regard to the written word and about what happens in the wild. What the Wild Asia team seeks to do is build up a set of images captured live and build up another literature that will be available in live pictures for those that come after us. And as we seek to fulfill that responsibility on behalf of the friends in the wild and those who love animals, our invitation to you now is to join us on another little journey through the jungle as we bring this report to you. It might appear that the technique of fishing was taught us by the herons or the storks, for you will be able to observe that they put their beaks underwater and with their feet disturb the bed of the river or the water, and then immediately the fish swim upward and right into the beak. Amazing things that nature has taught the animals, and we seem only to be imitators.
This bird, known as the painted stork, is usually gregarious. But why does this painted stork move about alone, away from his flock? This poses a question. But this painted stork, looking for fish, tells us that even though one has kith and kin, even a bird at times becomes lonely. What is important is the efficiency with which this lonely bird looks for food to keep it going, without being worried by its loneliness. But it will take a long time for this bird to realize that looking for fish in a pool on the top of a rock is a futile exercise.
Back scratching is a favorite pursuit of lots of people, and there are many who would like to volunteer. But in such a world, this particular elephant has little chance of finding someone to scratch its back. So it has to seek a method of its own. But even if it does succeed in scratching its own back, no one can see it. And perhaps that's a very good thing. On the other hand, where are those people who always come forward to scratch one's back? They are nowhere to be found.
When we bathe, we sometimes rub our bodies with stones. But these giants, on the other hand, rub their bodies on a rock. The rock is near the lake. The sight, the shape, and the polish of the stone will make anyone curious. But if you want to satisfy your curiosity, you have to wait until the elephants come for their bath. This is one of those occasions. Nature teaches the habits of humans to wild animals without much effort. The animals go about their activities with their inborn wisdom and intuition given to them by nature. Before you bathe, rub your body against this rock. Results are guaranteed.
It is the waterscapes that serve as a meeting place for the wild animals and birds. Quite in the same manner as humans meet in parks and engage in pleasant discussions and friendly banter with their friends, so it is with the animals near the waters. And too, sometimes some affection is displayed and some amorous adventures are also worked out in those circumstances. It really is quite wonderful to observe these scenarios as they unfold before our eyes here in this wild place, and also to see the little disagreements that crop up and how those things work themselves out. Enjoy.
The lake area, teeming with wildlife in the morning and in the evening, takes on a lonely hue with the midday heat. But if you look closely, the bank of the lake in the midday quietness is alive with the activities of wildlife. These enhance the beauty of the jungle many times over. While a hawk flies gracefully in the sky, as if to claim that the whole sky belongs to him, a pelican swims on the surface of the lake in the style of a dance. At this time, when the environment is less threatened by enemies, an innocent herd of deer roams about freely. The jungle is silent. A dry wind blows lazily, rubbing itself against the leaves of the trees. At this time, the animals are not very active. The bank of the lake is like a still photograph. It relishes the true beauty of the jungle calmly. Many lovers of the wild may not find it easy to see such sights. But this is yet another captivating scene recorded by our Wild Asia television team with utmost commitment and patience. The jungle takes on different guises in the morning, during midday, and in the evening. We present you this series of scenes to gift to you the beauty that pervades the bank of the lake during the day.
Now, when it comes to a camera, some people chase after it like an elephant running after a bag of salt. Would you think that elephants are disinterested in a camera? Oh no, some elephants, when they spot a camera, would want very much to move up and be photographed. Indeed. But the unfortunate thing is that although elephants may perform in front of a camera, they are not viewers of a television series, are they?
A group of the Wild Asia TV team met this young elephant calf. He started following us, disregarding our protests. This elephant calf did not display the stubbornness or the shyness that elephants generally have. Instead, it showed friendliness and affection. It seemed to consider our threats to be something of a joke. This elephant calf did not possess the ferocity we had heard and seen in most elephants. This calf of about 20 was a playful animal. This pet elephant calf, which was like a living example of the variety of characters in the society of elephants, tells a strange story to those of us who have heard only of the wicked deeds of elephants. This elephant calf tells us, through his activities, that elephants too possess friendly and intimate attitudes, though we may not see them on the surface. When our team left the site, the elephant calf travelled behind us for a long distance. It kept on looking at us as if his dear ones were departing, leaving him behind. It seemed as if it were saying that he was going away quite reluctantly.
You know, the fox is supposed to be the king of the sly ones. It does no hunting at all, but goes after what others have left behind. Does not bother. Lazy. Now, trying to obtain some peacock flesh, but expecting the support of somebody else in order to get it.
The stories we have heard of jackals tell us only about their craftiness. Even when it chases prey, it gives us the impression that it is walking along leisurely. His behavior does not betray that he is on a peacock hunt. But to those who know the ways of jackals, it is quite clear that it is prowling to capture a peacock the moment it is all alone. All these forms of behavior, scratching and other activities, cover up its crafty intentions. This jackal belongs to the family of the jackal that stole a piece of cheese by misleading a crow. This jackal did meaningless things while trying to capture his prey. But the peacocks, fully aware of the ways of the jackal, did not fall victim to his ruse. The peacocks know better than the jackal that one cannot live in the forest without knowing the ways of the forest.
Every mother-to-be knows the value of proper nutrition, including this soon-to-be elephant mum. Now, it doesn't have any health advisor in the jungle, but however, she is able to figure out what is the most nutritious of the plants and leaf varieties it should eat. Even though there are some foreign experts here watching on, the jungle law and what grandmama said prevails, and that is, you do it the same way that you did before. After all, in all of these centuries, baby elephants were not wrought because of the assistance or advice provided by foreign experts.
The pregnant female elephants prefer the leaves of the myla tree. Elephants have a preference not only for the leaves, but also for the bark of this tree. This seems to be due to the harsh taste of the bark. The female elephants also relish sour fruits, such as wood apple during pregnancy. An adult male elephant or a female elephant spends about 16 hours a day on eating. The quantity of food taken is determined by the environment and the age. An average elephant takes about 100 to 200 liters of water a day. The pregnant female elephant receives the protection of all the other females in the herd during pregnancy and also after the birth of the calf. Generally, the period of pregnancy is 18 to 20 months. During this time, a quantity of 150 to 250 kilograms of leaves is needed as food. The deference shown to an elephant mother is an example of the similarity and the close affinity between elephant society and human society.
The monkey, they say, wants to grab something, and if it cannot, then it will steal something. Yet, they would also like to appear in television commercials. Well, be assured, this is not a biscuit commercial by any means, but this is a very rare occurrence that the Wild Asia team was able to capture on camera. And this gives another twist to the old tale of, the trader with the hats and what the monkeys did.
This mishap took place when a group of our team went to a boutique, parking our vehicle at the edge of the jungle. The monkeys in the trees around surrounded our vehicle. Some even entered the vehicle. This behavior of the monkeys is quite similar to the ways of some human beings. This behavior revealed the curiosity, mischief, and the antisocial ways of monkeys. This incident can be interpreted as another piece of behavior monkeys have learnt from humans who have evolved from apes. One of the monkeys climbed a tree, taking a packet of biscuits from the vehicle as if he had acquired a treasure of great value. But the monkey, who was mindful of being careful, set aside some biscuits for the next meal. A special feature is that they keep part of the food in their throats without swallowing it.
We were wondering what kind of hairstyle this was. Whether there was in fact a hair display here in the jungle. But then, when you compare this with the kinds of haircuts or styles that our people sport these days, oh, this is nothing much. On the other hand, do not be too surprised if we were to see this hawk cut employed by some of our people soon.
The hawk eagle, seen very much in the dry zone, is found at times in the hill country and in the wet zone in the low country. The special feature of the hawk eagle is its hairstyle at the back of its head. In human society, considerable effort is necessary to get such a hairdo. But nature has given him this feature at birth. Its proud appearance may also be due to the sense of elation he feels because of his special hair arrangement.
When even falls, it is very beautiful here in the jungle because of the changing colors and so on. But the birds sometimes treat this as the last evening of them all. They seem to be very sad at the close of day, but not so in the case of the hornbill. It might even be interpreted that it tells its favorite one that it would wish for yet another evening of just this sort. Whatever the belief, we wish you a very pleasant evening.
The behavior of the birds in the jungle takes on a different guise in the evening. Birds who leave their nests in the morning in flocks get together in the same tree at sunset. This tree is mostly withered. They communicate to each other about the events of the day at this time. Next, you can see them touching beak to beak in farewell. A pair of Malabar pied hornbills is about to part from each other after performing this ritual. Even parrots perform this farewell ritual. These birds say farewell to each other before they face a long night. If we humans too can say farewell to each other with such goodwill as these birds, the night will certainly be a Good night for all.
The Wild Asia TV team, in their role as the official media representatives of the denizens of the forests and jungles of Asia, have been privileged to bring you images and views of the forest and those that live in it in a way that you perhaps would not usually be able to see or even enjoy. And through the process of our travels into the jungle, if you've been entertained and have been privy to all sorts of marvelous and wonderful things in the jungle, and you would feel that you have benefited, well, what further certificate do we need other than the guarantee that you will be joining us again when we next present another program by courtesy of Wild Asia TV. Bye-bye.